Welcome to Planning Commission members, staff, and guests. We ask for your patience during this virtual meeting and partially in-person meeting. Multiple staff members are behind the scenes with us today are Lucinda Statler, Planning Administrator, Rachel Bailey, the Zoning Administrator, Jonathan Chambers, Land Development Administrator, and Andrew Livingood, Annexation Coordinator.
During the meeting, you will see live images or still images of Planning Commission members and the administrator. However, images of the applicant and public will not be visible. The public will be able to participate via these methods: watch, email, phone, or log into the web session. When participating, please provide your name for documentation purposes. To watch the meeting, the public may stream the meetings through CityTV accessed at www.youtube.com/user/ColumbiaSC-government. To email, the public may submit letters and statements via email to COCBoard@columbiasc.gov leading up to and/or during the meeting, as this account will be monitored during the meetings. Emails and letters sent during the meeting will be read into the record. Emails and letters received prior to the meeting have been forwarded to the Commission. The public may participate via phone. You may call 855-925-2801. When prompted, please enter the meeting code 4342. And we'll do the roll call. Ms. Davis?
Here.
Mr. Harp?
Here.
Ms. Hartz?
Here.
Ms. Thomas? Mr. Tupper?
Here.
Mr. Frost?
Here.
We have a quorum.
I'll give a brief review of the meeting format. Applicants with requests before the Planning Commission are allotted a presentation time of 10 minutes. This time should include, but is not limited to, an overview of the project, case history, and any pertinent meetings held regarding the request. This time also includes all persons presenting information on behalf of the applicant, such as attorneys, engineers, and architects. This time limit does not include any questions asked by the Planning Commission or staff regarding requests. Members of the general public are given the opportunity to address their concerns in intervals of 2 minutes. The administrator does have a timer and will make presenters aware of when their time has expired. The Planning Commission reserves the right to amend these procedures on a case-by-case basis. The Planning Commission uses the consent agenda to approve non-controversial or routine matters by a single motion and vote. Examples of such items include approval of site plans, annexations, and street names. If a member of the Planning Commission or the general public wants to discuss an item on the consent agenda, that item is removed from the consent agenda and considered during the meeting. The Planning Commission then approves the remaining consent agenda items.
I'll go ahead and read the consent agenda. It includes the approval of the July 12th, 2021 minutes, and the two cases that are on the consent agenda are for site plan review. I'm just going to click through the slides as I read these out. The first case is S-Plan-2021-0012. This is 1813 Main Street, a request for site plan approval for the conversion of an existing building into a 26-unit, multifamily, and commercial mixed-use building. The properties are zoned C5 and are in the Design Development Review District. The next case on the consent agenda is S-Plat-2021-0059. This is approximately 94.3 acres at 8025 and 8041 Garners Ferry Road. This is a request for site plan approval for the construction of a 368-lot, single-family residential subdivision, the Garner's Mill subdivision. The properties are zoned rural with Richland County and are currently being considered for annexation with a single-family residential zoning classification, and a traffic impact study was included with the application.
Okay, having heard the consent agenda, is there anyone from the Planning Commission that would like any item removed from the consent agenda? Hearing none? Is there anyone from the public that would like to have an item removed from the consent agenda? When participating, please provide your name for the minutes. Please communicate by sending an email to COCBoardmeeting@Columbiasc.gov. Please communicate via phone by pressing *2 to leave a voicemail or *3 to speak in person. We will pause to allow communication from the public. Again, that phone number is 855-925-2801, and the meeting code is 4342. We will take a brief pause to see if anybody from the public virtually would like anything removed from the consent agenda.
I do not have any callers on the line that wish to speak.
Thank you. Do we have any emails?
I think Leah is monitoring emails. I saw her unmute, but I didn't hear her. She says no emails. Thank you, Lee.
Okay, having no requests from the public to remove a consent agenda item, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as read with all conditions.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Got a motion to approve. Can I get a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? No. The ayes have it. The motion carries. We will move to the regular agenda portion of the Planning Commission meeting. The Planning Commission will now, we will now move forward with the regular agenda items.
And that's going to take us to the property at 1135 Carter Street, TMS number 14102-04-01. And this is a request for site plan approval for the construction of a 150-unit multi-family residential commercial development. The property is located at the corner of Carter Street and Meadowlark Drive and currently contains 2 commercial and 3 apartment buildings. The proposed planned unit development entails the demolition of all existing buildings on the property and again will construct a 150-unit multifamily senior housing development. The building will also contain 4,000 square feet of office space, and the approved PUD zoning allows for 158 off-street parking spaces to be provided for the development. This application also entailed a traffic impact study, which the city traffic engineer has reviewed and concurs with the findings. And I'm not sure whether or not the applicant is online or in the audience to speak to the request.
Okay? Any questions from staff at this point? Any questions for staff from the Planning Commission at this stage?
Mr. Chair, I have a quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
In reviewing the diagrams of the apartments, I wasn't able to conclude the square footage of the apartments. Can anyone speak to that?
Is it the square footage per unit, or is it the total square footage of all the buildings?
Per unit,
Per unit.
or just an average? There may be different sizes, and I realize that.
It looks like, let's see.
Can we confirm if the applicant is available to give a brief summary?
This total, looks like it's 165,000 square feet.
Yeah.
You've got 150 units.
The reason I raised that question is just because it looked like some of them were very small to me, and that was just an informational question. Thank you.
Yeah, they are 1 and 2 bedrooms. The maximum amount of units is 2 bedrooms, and a majority of them are 1 bedrooms.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Any other questions for staff? If we confirm the applicant is not here? Is there anybody from the public that would like to speak on the matter? Hearing none. Having no further questions, I'll accept a motion. Do we need to wait for some public comment?
I was going to suggest that we
Okay.
wait just a moment.
All right, let me go through the public comments, since we may have some folks still virtual. We encourage those who would like to comment via email or the web to begin sending in letters and emails. Emails should go to COCBoardmeeting@Columbiasc.gov or on the web at https://publicinput.com/COCPC-AUG 2021. For those wanting to leave a voicemail or speak live, please call 855-925-2801. When prompted, please enter the meeting code 4342. Then press *2 to leave a voicemail or press *3 to speak live. Please be sure your computer audio is turned off to avoid any feedback. And we will pause briefly to see if any emails or phone calls come in.
I have a question while we wait.
Sure.
For staff. Was it previously zoned planned unit development, or is it?
It was not. That was a recent rezoning request to rezone the property to PUDR.
Oh, okay. If it's just a senior housing facility, does it have to be a planned unit development, or is there?
It has some commercial in it as well. So it is residential, and then a portion of the building is commercial.
Oh, okay. So it will have, it said there was 2 commercial buildings and 3 apartments, so they're keeping the commercial?
They demolished
Portion
those
of
they demolished the existing buildings, and then they're incorporating some commercial into the senior
Okay.
housing.
All right. So it
And I
all
believe
kind of-
that's going to be kind of like a medical type use.
Gotcha. It's all within that building?
Correct.
I got you.
Up to 4,000 square feet of office.
Oh, okay, yeah. I see that.
I do not have any callers on the line with their hands raised.
Thank you. Any emails?
Lee says no emails have been received.
Okay. Any further discussion from the planning commission, or any questions for staff? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Chair, I make a motion to approve the site plan review for 1135 Carter Street.
Got a motion, can I get a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. The ayes have it. The motion's approved.
The next case on the regular agenda are the revisions to the new City of Columbia zoning map in conjunction with the Unified Development Ordinance to account for recently annexed and rezoned parcels. And Rachel Bailey, our zoning administrator, is here if you guys have any questions about those. I can just click through them if you'd like.
Sure.
And the list of these addresses, of course, is included in your packet.
All right, for case 5, does the planning commission have any questions for staff? Hearing none? We will open it up for public comment at this time. If there's anybody here from the public that would wish to speak on this matter, please do so. We will also open it up to those that may be with us virtually. We encourage those who would like to comment via email or the web to begin sending in letters and emails. Emails should be sent to COCBoardmeeting@Columbiasc.gov or on the web at https://publicinput.com/COCPC-AUG2021. For those wanting to leave a voicemail or speak live, please call 855-925-2801, and when prompted, please enter the meeting code 4342. Then press *2 to leave a voicemail or press *3 to speak live. Please be sure your computer audio is off to avoid feedback. And we will take a brief pause before we hear any comments that may have been received via writing or via voicemail.
I do not see any callers with their hands raised.
Okay? No callers. Looks like there are not any emails either.
I believe we don't have any emails.
I saw a note from Lee that popped up that said no emails either. Anybody else from the public wish to speak on this matter? If there's no further questions from Planning Commission, I'll accept the motion.
Mr. Chair, I move that we accept the zoning text amendments, the revision to the new City of Columbia zoning map that's been foreknoted.
Got a motion to approve. Can I get a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. The ayes have it. The motion is approved. And we'll now move to other business. Is there any other business?
I don't believe we have any other business.
Having no other business, I will accept the motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Got a motion to adjourn. Can I get a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? No. The ayes have it. The meeting is adjourned. All right, I will call the Planning Commission meeting of the City of Columbia for August 2nd, 2021 back into session.
All right, and what we're going to go ahead and do is I'll go ahead and we can kind of walk through the case, and we're just going to provide the information, but we just want to make clear that it's not being reheard again.
Okay.
So I just want to do that. Okay, so this is a case that is it's 94.30 acres at 8025 and 8041 Garners Ferry Road. TMS numbers 19100-01-10 and 19100-05-04. And it's a request to construct 368 lot single-family residential subdivision. And again, the property is located on the south side of the 800 block of Garners Ferry Road and the south side of Old Garners Ferry Road. The property is currently wooded and is being considered for annexation. This proposed development will contain 368 single-family residences with an average lot size of 7,267 square feet. Each residence will contain at least 2 parking spaces, and there will be some parts of the development preserved as open space and common area. The proposed subdivision will have 1 entrance near the Garners Ferry and Old Garners Ferry Road and 2 entrances along Old Garners Ferry Road. The applicant has provided a traffic impact study that determined that the development will not have a significant impact on the level of service of the study area at the intersections at the horizon year of 2026. The traffic study recommends that the Old Garners Ferry Road at Garners Ferry Road intersection be signalized with an actuated signal with the protected left lane phase for the westbound Garners Ferry approach, and a left turn lane also be added for the westbound traffic impacts study, Garners Ferry Road approach. It is recommended that the left turn lane be provided with storage length of a minimum of 200 feet if space permits. A full traffic signal design and permitting will need to be provided for this intersection. And the traffic engineer has reviewed that traffic impact study and concurs with the study. The signalization and all of the right-of-way improvements, of course, will have to be coordinated between the City of Columbia as well as the South Carolina Department of Transportation. And that's the request, and that's the applicant's request that was just reviewed.
Okay.
So there was a traffic impact study done with requirements that they have to make improvements to those areas.
Okay. So we'll now address any questions from the public.
Yeah.
Okay. We would just ask that you come before us and state your name, first and last name clearly for the record, please. And just a reminder that we have a 2-minute time limit for each person speaking for or against.
Thank you. I'm Penny Evans, and I live in Mill Creek Estates. When we first bought the home in '84, it was primarily military families. Now, we're going to be within a mile of the property that's proposed with the 94.3 acres. So we have safety concerns now, especially You may not know that Jushi is right there in your backyard. That traffic is currently coming through our neighborhood. It's going to impact the development there with the 94.3 acres because employees are using that road as a cut-through and a back entrance to Jushi, as well as the Mark Anthony Brewing Company that's being constructed right now with over 300 employees. They're going to be using Old Garners Ferry Road also as a cut-through. We're seeing traffic issues now. We have a safety concern that we've already addressed with Representative Wendy Brawley. She's working with us with SCDOT trying to get some relief. You have 18-wheelers that use their GPS to navigate to Jushi and Mark Anthony Brewing. GPS is wrong sometimes, and they end up in our front yard with the 18-wheelers. So this isn't your problem now, but it will be, it will impact the residents of that community when it's fully developed. So we're looking for partners in Mill Creek Estates. We would love to be partners of this new development where we come together on the safety terms and work together as a community. We've been trying to get the repaving done of the Old Garners Ferry Road for 3 years before COVID. We were able to get a new bridge on the Old Garners Ferry Road. You can't drive your car right now on Old Garners Ferry Road because it shakes so bad. There's so many bumps in the road. It's amazing how we as taxpayers can't get it done, but as soon as we get a new development, it's done. We just want a partner. We want to partner up with this developer, and we would like to get some things in writing. We would like beautification as well. When you go to Sand Hill, you see nothing but crepe myrtles and clean-cut grass. What about Lower Richland? We'd like beautification as well. We deserve it. We're taxpayers. So
Okay.
we're just looking for a partner to partner up with us in Mill Creek Estates.
Yes,
Thank you.
ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yes, ma'am. Please come forward if you would state your full name for the record, please.
My name is Danita Lowe, and I'm also a member of the community that she was just speaking of. And I'd like to know, what is the time frame for building all of these homes, sir?
Well, the first step is to get it approved, and then once they get it approved, they will provide the city with construction drawings, which a lot of times take some time. They'll provide the city with construction drawings, and then they'll have to go through the approval process to get those approved. And then once they get those approved, they will go into construction to lay down the roads and that kind of thing, disturbing the land. And then after that, they normally would go into the bonded plat process, start selling lots, and then they would start building. I'm not sure what their time frame is, but most of the time it takes, I would say, probably 5 to 6, 7 months for them to go ahead and get started. And that's on the fast. That's going fast.
And with the additional homes, what is the plan for additional schools in that area?
I can't speak to the schools, but we do send the notification out about the new construction, I believe, to people at the school district or on our distribution list. So they are included in our notification when we send it out with regards to new development.
Okay, so I need to talk to the district about this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Please state your full name for the record, please.
I'm Maxine Lloyd, and I also live in the Mill Creek community. And the map that you were showing on the screen, is that available to the public, the plans?
Yes, ma'am.
And how do I find it?
You can find them if you go to our website, which would be www.Columbiasc.gov. When you get there, you'll look for planning and development. And when you click on there, you'll look for Planning Commission. I believe it's agendas and minutes. You'll click on there. And if you go to the meeting for this date,
Yeah.
You can click on that, and you'll see the case, and you just click on that, and everything will pop up.
Okay,
The traffic impact study is there as well in its entirety.
all right. And then the traffic study is showing that we will get a traffic light to
That's-
help us to get to Garner's Ferry Road?
This development is calling for a traffic light. That's what the traffic engineer is saying, but they will, of course, have to coordinate that with DOT in order to work that out.
Okay.
But the traffic study, the person that they hired to look at the traffic study is saying that there needs to be a signalization there.
There must be a signal,
There-
because
there-
we're already struggling, and we're 146 homes in Mill Creek.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
and we're already struggling to get Garner's Ferry. And the Garner's Ferry, old Garner's Ferry Road that Ms. Evans mentioned,
Yes, ma'am.
is that part of the plan to be paved and widened to
Part-
accommodate all these homes, extra drivers?
Yes, there are improvements that are required to both Old Garner's Ferry Road and Garner's Ferry Road that are in that recommendation. Of course, that's who they hired to study the traffic in the area, and that's what their traffic engineer is saying. But again, they have to work with the Department of Transportation in order to coordinate that.
Okay. Everything's going to be simultaneously, or they're just going to focus on the houses and then the road last?
Oh, no, ma'am, they have to do that simultaneously. When they do the development, that'll be part of their development plan. They'll do
Okay.
all of that.
I hope
coming
they
together.
stick to the plan. Will there be another meeting about the development once they get approved?
The development is already, the development has been approved, but based upon all of the people that are here and the concern with it, what we will do is we'll reach out to the developer and ask the developer to reach out to the neighborhood and have some discussions with the neighborhood.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Especially with the industrial park in
Yes,
our
ma'am.
backyard, because that area look like it's gonna even have even more companies coming. And I was wondering if that planned site, that future site, is on the website anywhere that we can see
I'm
and
not aware-
share with our community.
No, the only plan that I'm aware of is this one, but again, we'll have the developer, we're gonna reach out to the developer and let them know the concerns and ask them to reach out to the neighborhood.
Okay, okay. Because we're definitely concerned about the 18-wheelers. We've got young kids that lives on Longwood Road, and you've got, and you'll see an 18-wheeler trying to make a U-turn in your front yard, and it's not a pretty sight,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
it's not welcome.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
One thing too, that Andrew was just reminding me is that the industrial park is actually an unincorporated Richland County.
Right, it's a
So,
Richland County
yeah.
property, not
Correct.
for city review.
Hey, I'm Robin Smith. I actually found this because I'm an admin on the Lower Richland community page. I also grew up in Mill Creek Estates. And I heard everything that was said here, but like a lot of our neighbors, because my parents do still live in Mill Creek, and I'm 38, so they've been there, I guess at this point, 36, 37 years now. And what I'm hearing is a lot of things that may happen or will happen. We know that when the 2015 flood came, a lot of our roads were closed. There's still roads closed. Old Garner's Ferry Road was closed for a solid 2, maybe 3 years because of the issues with the infrastructure on that road. The road is old. We have issues getting people to come and fix potholes in the road. I see that this project is going to be 364 homes, I believe, but there's no mention of the 126 project that's being put across the street or the 126 development that's being put maybe 5 minutes down the road across from Square D, or the Benson Road, Trotter Road project, which is going to be, I believe, it's an additional 276 homes that's being built. And in the Bolden Village, those homes have already started being built. I am a Lower Richland graduate. At the time when I went, the classes were already full. We still live in the community. So what I'm not really hearing here through all of this is what is gonna, because I hear, well, DOT is gonna pick up. We can't even get DOT to come out and fix the drains that are filled when we have water there. after just basic rain. The infrastructure, I saw from the traffic impact report that the company that did this is in Lexington. We're in Richland County. I know developers are able to use who they want, but it sounds like there are a lot of people who don't live in the community that are making decisions for us, and no one cares. They'll come, they'll build the homes. It'll take them 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Another developer will come in. We're just trying to figure out who's gonna actually have our backs, because it seems like we have no issue with growth, but we want it to actually make sense. 300, it's almost 800, 900 homes being built, and they all lead back to Garners Ferry Road. So, that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Appreciate your comments. Thank you. All right, do we have anybody else from the public that would wish to speak on the matter? Thank you all for your comments and suggestions. At this stage, I would say that we move to adjourn again.
Okay.
Okay, we'll move to adjourn. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Chairman, I have a motion to adjourn.
Got a motion to adjourn. Can I get a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. The meeting is adjourned.